Victory begins not in the clashing of swords or the thunder of applause from the crowd, but in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It begins in the battlefield of your mind, a place where battles are fought and won long before the world ever sees the triumph. What if I told you that the fiercest war you will ever face is not with an external enemy, but with yourself? Your doubts, fears, hesitations, these are the true opponents. The moment you master this inner terrain, when you cultivate a fortress of calm and strength within, the world outside bends to your will. Victory is not a prize handed to the bold. It is the consequence of conquering your own chaos, your own limitations. Today, I want you to see that the path to greatness begins with an unshakable belief inside you, a fire that no storm can extinguish. Are you ready to step inside that battlefield? When we talk about victory, many imagine a final moment, the trophy held high, the cheers that echo in the arena. But those external moments are fleeting, fragile. True victory is the journey that starts unseen, where every choice, every action, every thought builds the foundation. It's the quiet discipline to keep going when the world offers no reward. It's the courage to face yourself honestly, to stand in your own shadow and refuse to back down. This is where the real fight happens, in the forging of your character, your resolve, the strength to endure, to adapt, to rise after every fall. This is the victory no one can take from you. The battle outside is only as hard as the battle you've already fought within. Look around you. The people who seem to have it all, success, power, respect, their victories were not born from luck or chance. They are the ones who won the hardest fight, the fight against their own inner voice that whispered, "You're not enough." They faced failure and rejection, and instead of surrendering, they embraced them as teachers. When you master your inner world, fear loses its grip, and doubt becomes fuel. The storms that once threatened to drown you become the very waves you learn to ride. This is the secret. Victory begins within. Every moment you invest in mastering your mind, your emotions, your habits, you are laying claim to the greatness waiting inside you. That greatness will not stay dormant forever. The battlefield inside is not always glamorous. It's messy, uncomfortable, and relentless. Your mind will try to trick you, to convince you that surrender is easier than struggle. But every time you resist that urge, you sharpen your edge. Discipline is not a punishment, but a tool, a way to carve out your path through the noise and distraction. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be persistent. Small wins every day stack into unstoppable momentum. Remember, the sword that cuts through steel is forged in fire and hammered with relentless force. Your will is that sword. Your actions are the strikes. Each moment you choose effort over ease, you edge closer to victory. The world can only defeat you if you give it permission. Sometimes, you will face days when the weight of your own doubts threatens to crush you. In those moments, remember that the greatest warriors did not emerge from comfort zones. They were forged in the harshest trials, in solitude and struggle. You have that same fire inside. No matter how fierce the storm, victory is possible when you hold steady in your core. The battlefield inside is where you claim your identity, your purpose. It is where you learn to trust yourself without reservation. Your mind will try to scatter your focus, to lure you into distraction and despair. But when you anchor yourself in inner clarity, you create a force no external chaos can break. Victory is not just about winning, it's about becoming unbreakable. Would you believe me if I said your greatest enemy could also be your greatest ally? Your thoughts and emotions, when understood and harnessed, can fuel your rise instead of your fall. Victory begins within the mastery of your own mind. This mastery is not control in the sense of suppression, but in understanding and channeling your energy toward what truly matters. It's the awareness that your reactions shape your reality. The awareness that your reactions shape your reality. Anger, fear, impatience. These are storms inside. but you can learn to navigate through them with calm and precision. Like a skilled swordsman who uses an opponent's momentum against them, you can turn your inner struggles into strength. This is not magic. It is discipline, awareness, and relentless practice. At times, you might feel isolated on this journey, like the weight of the world rests solely on your shoulders. But know this: solitude is the crucible of greatness. When you embrace solitude, you hear your true self, stripped of distractions and noise. This is where you cultivate patience and resilience. The world outside is unpredictable, but your inner world can be a sanctuary of power and peace. Victory begins when you learn to be your own source of strength, your own unwavering ally. You don't need approval or validation to rise. Your destiny is written in the choices you make when no one is watching, in the moments you refuse to quit. That is where the battle is won. The warrior who wins is not the one who avoids failure, but the one who embraces it. Failure is not a wall, but a stepping stone, a lesson carved into the path of your progress. When you fail, you have a choice. Let it break you or let it build you. Those who achieve true victory are the ones who see every setback as an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, more determined. This mindset turns loss into a weapon, doubt into fuel. Victory is a process, not a destination. It is the continuous act of rising, adapting, and moving forward no matter the cost. You cannot control every outcome, but you can control how you respond. And in that response, victory begins. If you want to claim victory in your life, you must cultivate the habit of unwavering focus. The world is full of distractions and noise that pull you away from your purpose. But the victor learns to shut out all that is irrelevant and direct every ounce of energy to the mission at hand. This focus is not rigid, it is fluid and adaptive, like water that finds its way through every obstacle. Your mind, when trained to this level, becomes an unstoppable force. The path to victory is carved by the steady hand of focus, sharpened by the refusal to waver. Every moment you spend sharpening your mind and aligning your actions with your deepest purpose, you move closer to the triumph that begins within. Tell me, what is the battle you are fighting right now? Is it against fear, procrastination, self-doubt? Recognize that these are not external enemies, but internal challenges. And the good news is that you have the power to overcome them. The power lies in your ability to choose, to decide that no matter how loud the chaos outside, you will maintain calm and clarity inside. You are the architect of your victory. The moment you accept responsibility for your inner state, you unlock the door to limitless possibility. No one can give you victory. No one can take it from you. It is yours, born from the fierce discipline of your own mind and spirit. Victory is not an event reserved for the chosen few. It is the natural outcome of consistent inner work, the silent commitment to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient every single day. When you begin to see your mind as the true battleground, you understand that no external success can replace the peace that comes from mastering yourself. You will face moments when your body wants to quit, when your spirit feels beaten down, when the temptation to give up whispers louder than your dreams. But in those moments, victory is choosing to stand firm, to rise again, to fight with a calm heart and steady hands. That calm strength is a power that cannot be wrested from you by circumstance or fate. It is the victory that begins within. And once it takes root, nothing in the world can stop your rise. The world around you will try to test your resolve. People will doubt you. Obstacles will block your path, and setbacks will challenge your confidence. But these are only tests, not final judgments. Your true opponent is the voice inside that says, you cannot go on. The fear that insists you are not enough. When you conquer that voice, you disarm the external threats before they even arrive. Victory is not about how many battles you fight, but about winning the war within your mind. The war against fear, complacency, and distraction. You must become so disciplined, so in tune with your inner power, that no external noise can penetrate your focus. This is how victory is forged in silence before it is displayed in the world. Ask yourself what kind of warrior you want to be. Will you be the one who breaks beneath pressure, or the one who becomes unbreakable because of it? This transformation begins with your choices every day, how you respond to pain, to failure, to criticism. Victory is not a sudden burst of energy. It is the sum of thousands of small victories, won through patience, humility, and relentless effort. It is waking up every day and deciding to be better than you were yesterday, even if no one else sees it. The world respects those who respect themselves, those who stand tall regardless of circumstance. This respect is born from victory within, where your spirit refuses to bow and your mind refuses to surrender. Your environment may be chaotic, unpredictable, and full of challenges, but your inner world can be a fortress of clarity and strength. This is your sanctuary, the place where you return every time you feel overwhelmed, confused, or lost. Victory begins when you claim this space and defend it fiercely. Train your mind like a warrior trains their body, with discipline and care. Nourish it with positive thoughts, fortify it with purpose, and sharpen it with knowledge. The clearer your mind, the sharper your instincts. The steadier your inner peace, the more power you wield in the face of adversity. This is how you win battles that others only dream of fighting. Do not mistake silence for weakness. The calm inside you is a storm gathering strength, a reservoir of unyielding power waiting for the right moment to unleash itself. Victory is not in noise or flash, but in quiet confidence, the kind that holds steady in the darkest hours. When you cultivate this calm, you become a force that moves with precision and purpose, striking only when necessary and with full conviction. Others may rush in blind fury, but you move with the patience of a master, knowing that true power lies in control. Victory is born from this balance, the harmony of fire and stillness within. Sometimes the path will feel lonely, the victories distant and hard to see. This is when your inner voice matters most. Speak to yourself with kindness but firmness. Remind yourself that the greatest triumphs are built on the foundations of perseverance and belief. The mind that is steady in the face of hardship is a mind that commands the future. Victory is the fruit of this relentless faith. Faith not in luck or external forces, but in your own ability to endure and prevail. When you plant these seeds inside, no storm can uproot your spirit. Your victory begins there, deep in the soil of your soul. Look at the challenges in front of you, not as walls, but as opportunities to prove your strength. Every hardship is a chance to refine your character, every setback a lesson in resilience. Victory is not a gift. It is earned through embracing struggle, not avoiding it. When you stop fearing failure and start welcoming the lessons it brings, you open the door to growth. Your greatest victories will come not from never falling, but from rising stronger every time you do. This is the unbreakable truth. The battle you win inside shapes every victory you will ever claim outside. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. If you believe you are powerless, your actions will reflect that belief. But if you decide, here and now, that you are unstoppable, your world will follow suit. Victory begins the moment you claim control over your mind, when you refuse to be a prisoner of fear and doubt. This control is not rigid or harsh. It is a fluid strength that adapts and flows, like water shaping itself to the riverbed, yet carving its own path. Master this flow, and you master yourself. Victory is not some distant prize. It is the natural state of a mind trained to act with clarity, purpose, and unwavering confidence. You don't need permission to win. No one outside of you can give you the power you seek. It lives within you, waiting for the moment you decide to unleash it. This moment begins with a choice: to stop waiting for the perfect conditions, to stop blaming circumstances, to take full ownership of your journey. When you do, you become a force of nature, unstoppable in pursuit of your goals. Victory begins within the heart that refuses to quit, the mind that refuses to scatter, and the spirit that refuses to be broken. This is the truth that the great warriors have known throughout history, and it is yours now. Victory is not about the destination, but about the relentless pursuit, the daily commitment to show up and engage fully with the battle within. Too many wait for a sign, a moment of inspiration, or a perfect circumstance to begin their journey. But the truth is, the journey begins in the ordinary moments when you choose to push past resistance, to act even when motivation falters. Victory is cultivated in these small, consistent acts of courage and discipline. It is not glamorous, it is not loud, it is the quiet decision to be better than you were yesterday, repeated over and over until it becomes your nature. This consistency is your greatest weapon. It forges habits that become unstoppable momentum, and momentum that sweeps away doubt and fear. When you begin to understand this, fear loses its power. Fear is the mind's way of protecting you from change, from growth, from the unknown. But growth always demands a leap into uncertainty, a willingness to face discomfort head-on. The victor does not let fear dictate their actions. Instead, they feel it, acknowledge it, and act regardless. This is not recklessness. It is mastery over your emotions. The moment you step forward despite your fear, you claim victory in that moment. Each step you take outside your comfort zone strengthens your inner fortress. Victory is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of courage, in spite of it. Many believe victory is something external, winning battles, achieving status, or acquiring wealth. But these are shadows of true victory. The real triumph is the transformation you undergo in pursuit of your goals. When you commit to mastering yourself, your mind, your emotions, your habits, you become invincible. External achievements will follow because you have built the foundation that supports them. But even if the world denies you recognition, your inner victory remains untouchable. This victory is the source of lasting confidence and peace. It is the true treasure, forged in the depths of your being, shining brighter than any external prize. The mind that wins is a mind that never stops learning. Victory begins with humility, the understanding that there is always more to master, more to grow into. This humility fuels curiosity and resilience. It keeps you moving forward even when the path is unclear. The greatest warriors in history were not those who thought they had all the answers, but those who embraced the endless journey of improvement. When you adopt this mindset, failure becomes a teacher rather than a judge. Every mistake is a clue, every setback a lesson. Victory is the result of relentless refinement, the willingness to adapt and grow no matter the cost. You may wonder how to begin this journey of inner victory. Start by observing yourself, the thoughts you allow, the stories you tell yourself. Become aware of your mental patterns, your fears, and your excuses. This awareness is the first step toward mastery. You cannot change what you do not see. When you shine a light on your inner world, you discover the battles being fought there. Then, with discipline and patience, you replace destructive patterns with empowering ones. Victory is built one thought, one action at a time. It is the art of shaping your mind into a weapon of clarity and strength, capable of cutting through the noise and confusion of life. Remember, victory within does not mean you will never struggle or fail. It means you develop the strength to face those struggles without losing yourself. You learn to breathe in the face of adversity, to remain calm when chaos surrounds you. This calm is your secret weapon. It allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It lets you respond with wisdom rather than reaction. Victory is the peace that comes from knowing you are prepared for whatever comes your way. It is the unshakable foundation beneath your feet, the quiet power that propels you forward when the world tries to push you down. Your journey toward victory is personal, unique, and sacred. No one else can fight this battle for you. But know this, you are not alone. Every great warrior, every leader, every person who has claimed victory in life has faced their inner demons and emerged stronger. They are proof that the battle can be won. Your struggles are not signs of weakness, but the fires that will temper your spirit. When you embrace this truth, you begin to walk the path of the truly victorious. Step forward with courage, hold fast to your vision, and know that victory begins within. There will be moments when the weight of your own expectations threatens to break you, when the nights grow long and the silence of your own thoughts becomes deafening. In those moments, remind yourself that the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fires. The trials you face are not punishments, but the anvil upon which your spirit is hammered into shape. Victory begins, not in ease, but in struggle. When you choose to stand despite the pain, to hold fast when everything inside you wants to let go. This is the essence of true strength. To keep moving forward, step by determined step, even when the path is unclear. Victory within demands that you become your own greatest champion and fiercest critic. Be relentless in your pursuit of growth, but compassionate with yourself when you falter. Understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a signpost directing you toward refinement. When your mind urges you to quit, counter it with the voice of persistence. When doubt clouds your vision, illuminate it with clarity of purpose. You are both the warrior and the guide in this journey. Victory belongs to those who master their inner dialogue, who choose words of encouragement over self-defeat, who turn setbacks into setups for greatness. The power of victory within lies in your ability to harness focus. In a world designed to scatter your attention and drain your energy, the ability to concentrate on what truly matters is a rare and potent weapon. Train your mind to stay present, to block out distractions, and to commit fully to your mission. This is not about forcing yourself into rigidity, but about cultivating fluidity and control, like water adapting to the shape of its container, yet moving with unstoppable force. Your focus will carve a path through any obstacle. Victory is the natural outcome of a mind that knows where it's going and refuses to be swayed. You may think that victory requires grand gestures or monumental achievements, but the truth is, it lives in the small moments. The decision to get up when you fell, the choice to speak kindly to yourself, the effort to do one more thing when your body protests. These moments, seemingly insignificant, accumulate into a force beyond measure. They build your resilience, sharpen your discipline, and deepen your character. Victory is not a distant mountain to be climbed, but the collection of each step taken with intention and heart. The power to win lies in your daily choices, repeated over time until they become your nature. In the heat of battle, whether external or internal, emotions run high. Anger, frustration, and fear can cloud your judgment and lead to reckless actions. Victory begins with mastering these emotions, learning to acknowledge them without being controlled by them. This mastery is not suppression, but transformation. Use your emotions as signals, as fuel to ignite your determination, not as chains to bind you. The calm center within you is your greatest asset. It allows you to see clearly, to make decisions rooted in wisdom rather than impulse. When you act from this place, your power multiplies, and victory becomes inevitable. The journey to inner victory is a lifelong path. There will always be new challenges, deeper fears, and greater tests of your resolve. But each challenge is an opportunity to refine your spirit, to strengthen your foundation. Do not seek perfection, but progress. Celebrate your growth, no matter how small, and use it as a stepping stone toward greater heights. Remember, even the longest journey begins with a single step, and victory begins with the decision to start. Commit yourself to this path. Embrace the struggle, and watch as the world around you bends to the strength of your inner triumph. Your mind is the battleground where victory is claimed or lost. Guard it fiercely. Fill it with thoughts that empower rather than diminish. Surround yourself with influences that inspire rather than distract. Victory begins when you take control of your mental environment as much as your external one. The habits you build, the beliefs you nurture, and the stories you tell yourself shape your reality. Become the master storyteller of your own life, crafting a narrative of strength, resilience, and unwavering faith. This narrative will become your armor, your guide, and your source of unstoppable power. In every great story of triumph, the hero faces a moment of doubt, a crossroad where the choice to surrender or persist must be made. This moment will come for you too. When it does, remember that the greatest victories are won by those who refuse to yield. Victory begins with the decision to fight, to keep moving forward even when the outcome is uncertain. It is the quiet, stubborn refusal to be defeated by circumstance or fear. This decision creates a ripple that grows into a tidal wave, sweeping away doubt and resistance. Stand firm in this choice, and you will find that victory was always within your grasp. Victory begins within the silent chambers of your mind, where no one else can see but where everything is decided. This is the place where your true nature reveals itself, not through words or appearances, but through the quiet choices you make every day. When you wake before dawn, when you resist the urge to quit, when you push yourself beyond what feels comfortable, you are winning the battles others cannot see. These unseen victories build a foundation so strong that when the world tests you, you remain unshaken. Victory is not a single moment, but a continuous practice of returning to your center over and over again, no matter how far you stray. It is easy to mistake external validation for true success. Applause fades, titles lose their luster, and possessions gather dust. But what lasts is the strength forged inside, the unyielding confidence that you are capable of facing any challenge. This inner victory becomes your true identity. It whispers in the quiet moments, "I am enough, I am ready." When you carry this belief deep within, nothing can break you. The storms of life will come, but you will be like a mountain, standing tall and unmoved. This is the power that comes from winning within. The power to transform your reality simply by mastering yourself. The road to victory is not smooth or easy. It demands sacrifice, patience, and humility. You will be tested by your own impatience, your own stubbornness, and your own fears. These are not weaknesses, but the material from which you build resilience. Each time you choose to face these inner obstacles, you add a layer of strength to your armor. Victory is not about avoiding pain, but about learning to endure it with grace. It is about becoming so disciplined in your mind and heart that external circumstances become irrelevant. You become a force unto yourself, driven not by circumstances, but by an unbreakable will. To achieve victory within, you must cultivate clarity of purpose. Without a clear vision, your efforts scatter like leaves in the wind. But when your purpose is sharp and focused, it becomes a beacon that guides every decision. This clarity is born from deep reflection and honesty with yourself. Ask yourself what truly matters, beyond fear, beyond expectation, beyond comfort. When you align your actions with this inner truth, your energy concentrates and your resolve hardens. Victory begins the moment you commit to this clarity and refuse to be distracted by the noise of the world. Remember, you are not your past mistakes or failures. You are the sum of your choices moving forward. Each day is an opportunity to rewrite your story, to claim new victories that define who you will become. This perspective shifts your mindset from victim to warrior, from reaction to action. Victory within is about taking responsibility for your life, your emotions, and your future. It is the realization that while you cannot control everything, you can control your response. This response, calm, focused, unyielding, is the essence of true power. The moment you embody it, victory becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Surround yourself with those who challenge you to be better, who push you beyond your limits with honesty and support. Victory within does not mean walking the path alone. It means choosing allies who strengthen your resolve and reflect your highest self. But ultimately, the greatest battle and greatest triumph occur inside you. The voices of encouragement and doubt both reside within. Train yourself to listen to the voice that uplifts and empowers. Until you tremble, surround yourself with empire and drop the defensive mask that erodes at your empower. This is your inner general, leading you through chaos with wisdom and courage. Victory is following that voice, even when the path is difficult. Every warrior understands the importance of preparation, not just physical but mental and emotional. Victory begins long before the battle, in the habits and rituals that shape your readiness. Discipline your mind daily through reflection, meditation, or focused effort. Build resilience by embracing discomfort and seeking growth. This preparation creates a reserve of strength you can draw upon when the heat of conflict rises. Victory is the harvest of these seeds, planted consistently over time. Without preparation, even the strongest warrior is vulnerable. With it, you become unstoppable. You may face critics, naysayers, and those who doubt your potential. Let their voices be fuel, not chains. The inner victory you seek is the shield that deflects negativity and the sword that cuts through skepticism. When your foundation is strong, external opinions hold no power over your destiny. Victory within is about trusting your journey, your process, and your unique path. It is about moving forward with quiet confidence, undeterred by those who fail to see your vision. The greatest triumphs are often invisible until they explode into the world in a moment of undeniable force. Victory is not a gift bestowed by fortune or fate. It is a claim you make by owning every part of your journey, the successes and failures, the moments of doubt and the bursts of clarity. It is born in the refusal to settle for mediocrity, in the relentless pursuit of your highest potential. The battle within demands that you confront your limitations honestly and push beyond them with fierce determination. It is easy to fall into the trap of blaming circumstances, others, or luck. But true victory begins when you take full responsibility for your life, no matter how challenging the path may be. Your mind will be your fiercest battlefield. It will whisper doubts, tempt you with comfort, and seek to distract you from your purpose. This is where discipline becomes your greatest ally. Discipline is not a chain, but a sword. It frees you by cutting away the unnecessary, the harmful, the unproductive. It is the daily practice of choosing what serves your vision over what simply feels good in the moment. The strongest warriors are those who have mastered this art of choice. Victory begins with this mastery, the ability to govern your thoughts and actions with unwavering focus and integrity. In the face of adversity, it is your inner strength that determines whether you rise or fall. You will be tested in ways that challenge your very identity. When hardship strikes, you may feel the urge to retreat, to surrender. But victory is claiming your power precisely in those moments of greatest challenge. It is standing tall when the ground beneath you shakes, holding your gaze steady when fear screams for your attention. This is not a matter of luck, but of character. The warrior who wins is the one who has built a foundation so solid that no storm can tear it down. Patience is a weapon often underestimated in the quest for victory. The world rewards haste with disappointment and frustration, but those who understand victory know it is a slow burn, a process that demands endurance as much as effort. You must cultivate patience with your progress, with your setbacks, and with yourself. This patience is not passive waiting, but active persistence, a steady march toward your goals despite obstacles and delays. When you embrace patience, you align yourself with the natural flow of growth. Victory begins in the quiet acceptance of the journey's pace, trusting that every step forward matters. Your emotions are powerful forces that can either build or destroy you. Mastering victory within means learning to harness these forces rather than being controlled by them. When anger, frustration, or fear rise, do not deny them. Acknowledge their presence and decide how to respond. Responding with clarity and calm turns emotions into allies instead of enemies. This mastery is not weakness but strength. the strength to choose your reaction, to maintain control over your mind and body. Victory is claiming this power to steer your inner world, even in the chaos of external conflict. The path to victory is not straight or easy. It twists and turns, demanding flexibility and resilience. You will face moments of confusion and doubt, but these are not signs of failure, they are signs of growth. When you encounter these moments, return to your core values and your purpose. Let them be your compass. Victory begins with this clarity of intention, with the refusal to be lost or distracted. The warrior who holds fast to their purpose is unshakable. Even when the path is dark, the inner light of purpose guides every step forward. You are the architect of your future. Every thought you cultivate, every habit you form, every choice you make builds the life you will live. Victory within is understanding this power and wielding it consciously. Do not wait for circumstances to change before you act. Change begins in the moment you decide to take control of your mind and heart. This decision is the true beginning of victory, a victory that no one can take from you, because it is born in the strength of your own spirit. Claim it now. Become the master of your inner world, and the outer world will bow before your resolve. Now, listen closely, because this is where everything you've fought for, everything you've endured, everything you've dreamed of comes into sharp focus. Victory begins within. It's the quiet flame that refuses to be extinguished, no matter how fierce the storm outside. It is the voice inside you that says, keep going, when every part of your body wants to stop. It's the steady hand that lifts you up after every fall, the relentless heart that beats with courage even when fear threatens to drown it. This victory is not won in grand gestures or moments of glory. It is forged in the everyday battles, the unseen struggles, the silent promises you make to yourself when no one else is watching. You are stronger than your doubts, fiercer than your fears, and more capable than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. The power to change your life, to shape your destiny, to overcome every obstacle, lies within you right now. No external force can take it away, because it is born from your spirit, your will, your unbreakable resolve. So rise with fierce determination. Stand tall in your truth. Embrace the challenges, knowing each one is a stepping stone on your path to greatness. Remember, the greatest victories are not the ones others see. They are the ones you carry inside, the triumphs of a warrior who refused to surrender. Today, choose victory within. Choose yourself, because when you win inside, you win everything. Your future is waiting. Claim it.